Apres extensions infill gone absolutely wrong, and in this video I will show you why and how it happened. Coming up. Hey guys, this is Anastasia. Welcome to my channel. So this is Apres extensions, and I decided to do infill as you guys requested. And this is a mouse made of crystals and crystal pixies, and you've been asking how it was holding up. So it was pretty good, and she actually lost her last ear on the last day before this infill, so I would say it's pretty good. And it was quite hard to get rid of this, so I'm using my old nippers to take off all these pixies and crystals. Let's take a look at the other nails. They look pretty good, but it's been 4.5 weeks, which I'm afraid is kind of too much for this kind of infill, but we will see what we can do. This is how nails look from the other side. And first step in any infill is taking off the gel polish. You've been asking me to try this Apres Gelix infill, so this is my very first time trying to do infill to them. I used round short. If you would like to see how I did these extensions as well as crystal mouse nail art, I have these videos on my channel and I will leave the links down below.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the same, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soul into the masses, writing my poetry.
Let's take a look at these nails after I took off the color, so we can see that the middle finger is almost fully lifted, while on the others there's a little lifting near the cuticles, but it's not that bad. So after that I'm going to file off the outgrow natural nail underneath, but I'm going to do it very carefully because I do not want to ruin the tip, and I think I'm not going all the way through really deep how I usually do with regular extensions, so I just want to clean it a little bit and that's it. Because if I will leave it like that, I already seen that some nails are already lifting from the tip, and the lifting part will only grow and make it worse over time if we do not clean them at the moment. Next step is getting rid of product lifting. So on thumb we have lifting near the cuticle and along the sidewalls as well. According to my previous experience with Apres Gelix extensions, I didn't really have much problems, but on the other side I never had them longer than 3 or 3.5 weeks, and this time it's 4.5, so it's definitely more than that. Also with this client, her nails are pretty thin, so I think this also have to do something with that. So anyways, whether these are tips or product, we need to file off the lifting part so we can apply the new fresh product on this part. To tell you the truth, I recorded this video a while ago and didn't really want to share it because, I don't know, this is one of my worst infills ever, and I was really embarrassed to actually show it to anyone. I wanted to immediately redo all the work. You will see why at the end of this video. But then I thought, you know, we all learn from mistakes, and it is so much better to learn from somebody else's mistakes rather than from yours. So I decided to share it anyway. Index finger is lifted pretty bad, so I'm going to replace it. So I'm simply clipping off the length, then I'm going to file the remaining part, which is almost fully lifted, and we're just going to do a new one.
Third things third, send a prayer to the ones up above. All the hate that you've heard has turned your spirit to a dove. Oh, ooh,
Gel-X tips are super easy to soak off, and I have a video where I removed them like that, and it's really pretty easy and fast, but I filed off it this time because it's easier to me, you know, just to do it for one nail. So I'm filing the nail short and prepping it for the new Gel-X extensions, and now we proceed to the middle finger, which is the worst. As you can see, it's lifted on the nail bed area, but we can also see that the free edge is still doing pretty well, so I'm going to leave it and replace the nail bed area with the new product. When I was filing Gel-X tips, I actually noticed that it's not that easy. As you can see, they're kind of falling into pieces, and it's nowhere close as filing gel or polygel. So at this moment, I thought that maybe it's not that good of an idea to do this kind of infill for Apres Gel-X. I actually did this kind of infills for gel nails and polygels earlier, and you can see some of these videos on my channel. So I thought this one might work as well. From the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the Alright, all the lifting is gone, and now we have a clean nail with the tip only on the free edge, which is normally happening when we're working with tips, right? We adhere it only on the free edge. So I'm prepping the outgrown part of the natural nail for the new product application, and then I'm going to do the next step of the infill, pushing back the cuticles with orange wood stick. After that, I proceed to cuticle prep and work with flame bead. This is red abrasive mark diamond bead, and I always start with the left side. The speed is around 15,000 rotations per minute because this client, she has a very thin skin and not that much cuticles to clean, so that will be enough. And I will work on the left side on all 10 nails, and after that I'm going to switch to the opposite side. Do not forget to clean the dust from time to time, because when it's too dusty you cannot really see what's going on there, and it's pretty easy to overfile the nail plate or the skin.
Started out with half and I flipped it in a double. Started out with half and I flipped it in a double. Said I'm again, we gotta go. Then I dash away from Popo. Yeah, snakes around my grass, they want my dodo. But I keep a 40, they don't know, no. Got the Henny, you get cold. Smoke on Reggie, that's a no-no. Driving slow-mo in the photo. Bitches ready for them photos. There's a lot of things on my mind, yeah. Stacking money like 365. Cause this shit is real, cause this shit is real, cause this shit is real. Don't say you get money, boy, you been broke. Digit dash up in my circle, you can roll. Only cash up in my vision and the soul. Now I'm smashing on the model cause I bought. Hey, cause this cream, I'ma take the team. We gon' be hot like steam. I just got the dreams, I know what you mean. It's all funny to the feet. I get 50 to my G.
Alright, cuticles are clean, and now I will apply dehydrator on the natural nail part and non-acid primer to create adhesion. Then I'm going to apply a thin layer of the gel base coat, and I'm going to apply it on entire nail. We need base coat really only on the natural nail part, but I want to even it out a little bit, so I will carefully stretch it on the entire nail and then cure for 30 seconds. Once it is cured, I'm going to apply the product. So first I apply a thin coat again, but this time I will not cure it, And then I'm going to take a bit more gel. Currently I'm using Invoke Clear Builder in the Bottle gel. I actually really enjoy doing infills with Builder in the Bottle gels because they're so easy to use and the consistency is usually medium, exactly the one I really enjoy working with. So let me guys know, do you prefer bottle, like Builder in the Bottle, or regular gels in a jar? Well, of course it depends on what you're going to do, but for the different kind of infills, for some reason I really enjoy working with them. So I take this drop and stretch it towards the free edge. So here I need to add the product near the cuticle and near the apex because we filed off some when I was getting rid of the product lifting. Normally when you are doing infill, there's not supposed to be any product lifting and you would just add product near the cuticle. But this time we had some product lifting, so I need to add more. And I will also add a little bit on the free edge because we need to restructure the nail. Then I will cure it for 1 minute, and while it is curing, I will continue on the other nail. On this nail, there's not that much to add as there was not as much lifting, so I will apply a thin coat again and take a drop and add mostly near the cuticle area and a little bit along the side walls too. Up until this point, everything seemed normal to me. I was like, this is gonna be a really fast and quick fill and the nail's gonna look pretty good. But as you can see on this nail, there was only the free edge that was remaining and it already looks a little bit wide. So I started adding the product like I normally do, and here I'm going to rebuild the whole apex, the cuticle area, because we need to create the new nail basically. And by the way, I didn't file the shape nor I did them shorter because I knew that it can probably break the whole structure of the tips, because Apres tips, they're not just regular tips, they're actually thicker on the free edge, they're thinner near the cuticle, so basically they're structured like an actual sculptured nail. So that's why I decided to not really touch the sidewalls or the shape, to keep them in the shape that I would like them to be. And as you can see, I'm applying the product, it looks pretty well. Wait, no, that wasn't a middle finger, it was a ring finger. Now this is the middle finger, this is the one with the most size of the product lifting, and here I'm going to rebuild the structure of the nail even more because we have a bare nail bed area here and we only have a tip on the free edge. So once again, I didn't really feel anything that can possibly go wrong at this point. I was just adding the product. It was not burning, by the way, so I didn't really felt suspicious or anything. I was actually pretty happy with the application that I did because I knew I will not have to file this a lot. And on index finger, I decided to fully replace the nail because it was almost falling off. So here I'm going to do a new Apres extension, and first I apply the base coat, cure it for 30 seconds in LED. Then I'm picking the tip that I already checked if the size works for this size of the natural nail. I apply some extend gel underneath and then carefully slide towards the cuticle. Press, make sure there are no air bubbles. Actually there was one, but it's pretty small, so I just decided to keep it, and this is what we have. So first I freeze cured it for 10 seconds and then I fully cure it for 1 minute in my regular LED lamp. Now I'm taking off the sticky layer and going to file and shape the nails. And by the way, if you would like to see how to do a pre-gel X extensions from the beginning, I have a few videos already on my channel and you can find them by simply searching for Apres X Nailcou in the YouTube search bar. Like I said, I don't really have any intentions to reshape the nails or change the length, so I will do it very slightly and carefully because there might be some product that accidentally got on top of the nail. Basically what I need to do is to take a buffer, and I'm using 180 grit and 100 on the other side entity buffer, and going to buff the entire surface to make it absolutely smooth.
Hey.
As I was buffing these nails, I just take a look at this one, for example, a pinky one, and man, why does it look so wide? So I had to reshape it a little bit. I filed the sidewalls a little bit so it will look more narrow. And here's what happened. It got only worse. It actually looks wider now, and it seems like after curing and when I started shaping them, they actually became more flat, and I could easily see that if I will take a look from the seeker view, from like inner seeker view, that there used to be a curve when I originally did them, and there is one on the index finger because this is a new one. You will see that in a moment, but all other nails are extremely flat by now, hence they're really wide. Oh my goodness, I was about to cry at that moment, and honestly I really felt like clipping them all off and redoing the whole stuff from the beginning because I totally hated the result, and only this index finger is a good thing in this entire field because it's a new one and its shape looks pretty good at the moment. So the reason it happened, I guess, is because the Apres tips, they are designed in a way that they will hold this curve when you have the whole tip. But once you get rid of half of the tip, it will not hold it that well. So I guess this is why it happened. Maybe if I would have used acrylic instead of gel and will pinch these nails again, maybe it will look better, but I thought, you know, gel X, Apres X, we're supposed to use gel to fill them. I don't know, I just thought that gel will be the best match here. So here I am buffing the nails, hoping that they might look a little bit more narrow, but nothing really helped. They are still wide as hell, and I got so upset. I wasn't really trying hard when I was applying the color, and it will be not just my worst fill but also my worst color application in my life. So this is the result. Like you already probably know, I totally hate them, but I thought that I will share it with you guys and it might be helpful. So if your Apres Gel X extensions are 4 or more weeks old and there's plenty of lifting, doing gel infill is probably not the best idea. So let me guys know, have you ever done infills for Apres Gel X? And also, do you have this kind of sets or fills when you absolutely hated the result and the outcome? Thank you so much for watching. If you're first time here on my channel, consider subscribing because I promise my other infills and extensions are much better and I post them every week. See you in my next video. Goodbye.